Pick
I understand.
yourself up by your bootstraps and get yourself together. I had a great leader back in the day, a titan of business, who said, if you're good at your job, you will never be out of work. Welcome back, folks. This is episode 59, and it's about your paycheck as we approach some delicate conversations here. And I got some things to say that I think people will be shocked of, but I will qualify it all. But
Well,
before we
look,
get into all that,
some people may agree with you. Some people may agree
no,
with
I
you.
think it's
You know?
no, for sure. I'm gonna get agreement, but it's the way the country's divided right now. But before we get into that, what's going on, sir?
Nothing much. I'm excited for this show as well. This is a great topic, I think. And I
Yes.
think that it's something that needs to be discussed. And
Yeah.
because a lot of people are feeling a certain way. We'll get more into it
Right.
once we talk about this topic and stuff like that. Did we mention what we're talking about?
No, we did not. We are
Okay.
talking about Trump's impact on paychecks and
Yeah.
or possible, the speculation, the things, all the things, or some of the
Mhm.
things, definitely not all the things,
Yeah.
but some of the things on that. And look, before we get into that though, what is going on with our financial fitness challenge?
Man, how many weeks has it been? It's been like when we started this in February.
I was going to say, it wasn't like right out the new year. So probably about a good month in.
Yeah.
And we saved on the business front. Walt and
Yeah.
I examined our expenses, which aren't much. We bootstrap and we have our income and whatnot, but it takes some investment to run a podcast.
Yeah.
And we were oversubscribed on some things, and two of them we knew, right? We compared
Yeah.
ChatGPT to Sinatra. We call it Sinatra, but it's Sintra.
Yeah.
And ChatGPT still is the best. Sintra may have kind of some visuals that look nice, but ChatGPT is still, I'm sorry, the paid version of ChatGPT versus the paid version of Sinatra.
Yep.
And we went with ChatGPT. It just can do more at what we need right now. So we get to save there. We cut one of those subscriptions out. We are reducing another one here. We caught another one on the website that we started off. We were doing a digital thing that we invested. We don't need anymore.
How much was that? Like 30 or 40 a month?
Yeah, it was 40 a month. Yeah.
Yeah.
Altogether, we're over $100 in savings per month.
Mm-hmm.
So that's great for us. We're going to reinvest that back into the company, into advertising, things like that.
Yeah.
If we ever get the live going consistently, we'll do some
Yeah.
giveaways. And
we still want to get that money away.
Yeah.
Everybody loves some free cash, right?
We got some
I know I love
to
free
give
cash.
away. Oh, heck yeah.
I love some free cash.
Is there such thing as free cash? I don't know.
There is.
I was just talking about my mom and I'm like, nope, nothing's for free. And no such
There
thing
is.
as
Look, I guess you're paying with your time,
right,
and your energy. You have to tune in. So I guess you're paying with something.
And we are going to make you jump through some hoops to get that cash. We work hard for it. You won't have to work a little harder.
Yeah, we got a little treasure map.
There you go.
Mad World style.
But what else? I feel like you had just said something else also.
No, I think it was that. Those are the big things. You're investing.
Right.
In the marketing, seeing that fluctuate, still investing. Every paycheck, I'm adding like $25-$20. Not a lot, but like adding some little extra cash here and there to have some, just to have more than just a 401k.
Exactly.
Just to have different money in different venues or avenues, just to see my money grow. Right. And that's one way. And then adding the creative part of me is just adding my music to soundy.com. And got some visits, got some traffic on my profile. No interactions yet, but I have my beats for sale and stuff like that. Yeah, man, just doing what I can to try to generate some wealth, generate some passive income, and going from there, man. That's it.
Yeah, no, I feel you. It was I became the soup master recently, so I like to cook. And
soup master or soup?
Soup master.
Okay.
Wow, what do you think?
No, I knew you said soup. I know you said soup master, but I was thinking about Jerry Seinfeld with the soup Nazi.
Oh, the soup Nazi. Yeah. Whoa. That's we're hitting all the marks today, guys, as we are going to talk about who has been they had an article on Elon, and they're calling him a Nazi. But no, yeah, so you know what I realized? We're talking about the fitness challenge, and the savings part is that I have successfully gotten to a point where I do not buy lunch anymore at work. We talked about this. We talked about this I think at the beginning of the challenge about how much you save by buying lunch, bringing your own, packing your own food and snacks. If you're lucky, your job got snacks at work, but not every job does that. I am blessed that I do have a job that has snacks and coffee. That's like a struggle sometimes too, just to get coffee at work.
Yeah. Good
I have
coffee.
to I do what's that?
Good coffee.
You just read my mind, like, you took it out because I do get coffee, but it's not great, so I do have to bring my own little K-Cups, Spanish coffee, some strong stuff. Yeah, that
Hello.
Bustelo, or and there's a Puerto Rican brand that I wanna look into. There's a few Puerto Rican brands, but one that I've seen recently that's mom and pop,
Yeah, yeah. Oh, nice.
bootstrap, so I'm gonna
That's
look
good.
into a
Like
little bit
supporting them.
more.
Yeah, man. Yep.
Yep, exactly, before I get into that one. But I talk to young folks at work, and I see a lot of people buy lunch, and I just
Yeah.
realize, "Oh, wow, I really have successfully gotten to the point where I don't bring lunch anymore or
That's
don't
good,
buy
man.
lunch anymore
That's
rather."
what's up.
And then so now the next part of my financial fitness challenge is getting my wife to that point. I'm trying to get the foods
Oof.
that she likes and getting her
Yeah.
because she won't eat the same thing every single time. I can eat the same thing every
Bro.
day.
Yes.
Not every week, but every day for if it's good, eat the same thing
Yep.
every day for a week,
Yep.
no problem. She's not doing it. Like, no problems. I'm her personal chef.
Yeah.
So I'm like successfully, and she loves soups. So now, and
Yeah.
I nailed my recipe for soup. I've done a chicken one now, a beef. I've done a seafood for myself, but I did
Nice.
that with some ramen one night.
Yeah.
Man, so I've nailed the process, and it takes some doing because it's like if either like it's too water. When I first started doing it, it was either too watery or I would put too much stuff and it would come out like stew, you
Oh,
know?
yeah, 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 yeah,
And then
yeah.
you can't put the pasta in like that and rice. You put too much
Mm-mm.
rice and it could just blow. So little things like that. But it's on the road to a little bit of savings because we
Yeah.
have goals that we were trying to meet. And folks,
Mhm.
we are in the in that 70% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. We are
Mhm.
in that with folks, right? And we got to do the things. We got to make moves.
Gotta do what we gotta do, man.
Got to do what we got to do.
Well,
So
let's get into
let's
some
go.
news,
Yeah,
man.
let's get into some news. What you got for us?
Let's say an article by Yahoo Finance, and it's talking about average net worth by age.
Ooh, okay.
So, look, and this is taking into everything. This is taking into account everything. So, if you have a home, you have assets and stuff like that. It's looking at your whole life and saying not how much you make in your career, but
Right.
your total net worth.
Like at the moment.
Yeah, at the moment. So, based
Got
on
it.
age. So, I'm just going to go through the different ages. They have the 20s, your 20s to your 90s.
Oh, dang. Nice.
So in your 20s, it's saying that the average, and so look, some of these numbers are skewed because of high earners. So
Okay.
it might be higher
Right.
than what the reality is. So
Right.
the
But
the
that's
median,
statistics. Yep.
yeah. So the median net worth for people in their 20s is a little over $7,500.
What? Wait, the median
The
net worth for folks in
somebody
their
in their 20s.
20s.
Yes. So that's the
$7,500. Wow, I thought it would be more.
that's the median. So that the average is higher, but remember the average, I'm giving you the average and the median. So the median
Oh,
is so the average is 113,000.
oh, okay. Okay, thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
So yeah. So and then for somebody in the 30s, the median is 35K. Uh, but the average is over 300,000
Damn.
for somebody in the 30s.
Okay.
40s, the median is 125,000, a little over that. But the average through those high earners is a little under 800K for people in
Dang.
their 40s. Then
Wow.
you see a substantial jump when it goes to people in their 50s.
That's right. And kids getting older,
So
kids are downsizing homes.
yeah, the average and the median basically almost double. So the
Wow.
median for somebody in their 50s goes to 288,000, and the average goes up to 1.4 million.
This is why we have inflation, brother. This is why prices are so high. This is really, it really, see, and this is a nugget that we were just talking about. That's
Mhm.
a nugget right there. We need to start a list because you got to do that nugget.
Look, and so there's something on just we can edit this out, but there's something on the if you look on the screen, Brian, there's something that says Mark Clip there and the buttons at the below.
Oh, our
Yeah,
screen, Mark. Oh,
So so if something
see.
catches you, you can just mark it and say, "Boop, okay, I'm gonna add a
Oh,
marker
bang.
there,"
There it
and boom.
is.
So that's something that a good
Amazing.
nugget. Yep.
There it is. Amazing. Look at that.
So
Technology. Shout out to
yeah,
Riverside for doing half the job because you haven't not done it all, folks. Sorry.
and then 60s, the median almost doubles again and goes up to
Dang.
a little 400 and almost 440K. And then the average only goes up 300,000 to 1.7 million.
Okay.
But, and then like it stays in the millions, 70s to 90s, because I think more people are focused on keeping money, saving
Of
money,
course.
retiring, and stuff like that. But so
It
that's
makes
the
sense.
average. And I'll make sure that this link is in the show notes. But I find it interesting because we're in our 40s, right? Not to put our age out there, but we're in our 40s, right? But it seems like people are coming to hit that $1 million mark in their 50s and 60s. So I know sometimes some of you that may be listening, maybe in your 30s, maybe in your 40s, and you might be feeling like, hey, I'm not at that point, that $1 million point yet. Hey, according to this, you might be right on track. So you might get your first million at 50 and you
Yeah,
still have some good times to live. So
that's right.
there you go.
That's right. No doubt. Dang, that's a good one. I like that. Those are good. Those are numbers to share. And you're right. The high earners and the stats and what I had mentioned about statistics is like the few with high numbers skew
Yes.
the medians and the average is so
Yes.
yeah, it's good. Again, like we always say, we want to give you enough to be curious about, enough to empower you
Yeah.
to to be more curious. But like, what? Wait a minute,
Yeah.
I'm not there. Why am I? And then go look at the numbers, and you'll see where everybody falls into.
Yeah.
As we talk about Trump and the administration today and how it has our impact on paychecks, the article that I'll be in the show notes for me is based on Elon Musk had put out a series of emails asking government employees to basically justify what they do and give me 5 things you've done to this week. Yeah, at work, and to show me what you've accomplished this week. And
I had a couple managers that did that.
yeah, yeah. Look, here's the thing, right? Anywho, the article goes in that he's basically sent a second email
Ooh.
asking these things, and it's look, and we can get right into the conversation after this because it is a perfect segue. So let me qualify it with I'm not a political pundit. I don't keep up and read I don't even understand it all.
Yeah.
But I think early on I learned, or I early on, I had adopted the thought that it's always a lesser of two evils when it comes to politicians, who we're voting for. And with that in mind, I ne- I don't think I ever, even if Kamala won, she wasn't going to do everything she
Oh.
wasn't going to make everybody happy. People run on wishes. People run on I would like to do. They don't say I would like to do this. I'm going to do this, and
Look, it's just like dating, right? You get with somebody based on their potential.
Yes. Yes, because I was even telling folks when I was reading a little bit about Kamala's campaign and what the things that she was running on, and the
Hmm.
words that they used and that she used weren't promises, weren't they were like, "We're gonna try." And she said, "We're gonna try in every different way you could possibly do it." And even think about Obama, like, what's the thing
The slogans he had.
what was the slogan?
I think the first one was "Yes, we can."
"Yes, we can."
Yeah.
That's vague. That's vague,
Hey, get you
right?
hyped though.
There you go.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Empowering,
Especially with his
inspiring.
voice. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, he was great. He was great. I think he was, anywho. So with that being said, I'm not mad at some of the things that these folks are doing. And they said the reason why Elon's been doing this is because he's had success doing it at the tech companies that he's built. Give me 5 things you've accomplished this week. If you challenge yourself right now and ask yourself as an employee, as a business owner, as whatever you are to make money, what are the 5 things you've done this week period.
Yeah.
If you can't articulate, that is a problem. I'm sorry to say. Okay. And then the things that the folks that they're laying off and cut. We've owed people for years and years. We always complain about the government fat. When you go to DMV, when you go to any government agency and deal with the inefficiencies, especially in payroll, we can see so definitively that every state operates differently. If some states make it very easy and they're efficient and you can get things done,
Yeah.
other states, literally, you have to send them a piece of paper to get something done. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I have a response to that, but before we get into it, I
What
want
else
to
we
pay.
got?
I want to pay the bills
Oh,
because I feel like we can. I feel like I
I
have
forgot
a
all about it.
response. Yeah, so let's pay the bills really
Yeah, let's
quick,
pay the bills
and then we
before we
can
get
get
into
into
work.
it. As you're setting ambitious goals for 2025, remember that a well-organized team is the foundation for success. So in 2025, streamline those business operations with TimeTrak Go. The user-friendly time tracking system allows you to get organized and it empowers you to get organized. So say goodbye to those messy spreadsheets and inaccurate time entries. Effortlessly track employee hours with their user-friendly time clock. Streamline time off requests and approvals with their intuitive system. And then you can automate vacation and sick leave policies.
That's right. So if you, like Walt said, if you are ready to thrive in 2025, sign up for a free trial of TimeTrak Go today and experience the difference. As an employee, as someone that uses the clock, right? You need to tell your HR, your payroll department, if it's not efficient, if you don't like your systems as working and your paycheck's always wrong because of the clock and this and that, and it's not your manager's fault. Don't blame the system on your manager and manager on the system. But in just minutes, your team will be able to have increased productivity. They will be able to reduce their payroll errors. They will improve your satisfaction at your job. And more importantly, everyone will get some time back to focus on what matters, right? So don't let time tracking become that burden for yourself, for your team. Let TimeTrak Go simplify your life and help you achieve your goals in 2025 because we all want to thrive in 2025. So visit timetrakgo.com. That's TimeTrakGO.com. Let's go.
Let's go. All right. So I got a rebuttal to what you said.
Go for it.
So about the fat in the government, right? I
Mhm.
think a lot of people, when they talk about that, they were talking about politicians. They were talking about those officials in high ranking places. I think I think that was what a lot of people's mindset was on.
Not
Like,
me.
oh,
Not me.
look, I
I'm
think a lot
talking
of
about
people,
the DMV person that will look you in the eye and be like, "I'm going on break." Click and walk away from you.
I think that's bad training. I think that's bad whatever. I don't necessarily know if that's necessarily need to trim fat. That's something else, in my opinion. But look, that's my opinion, right? We're
Yeah,
entitled to our
no doubt.
opinions. And look, so
Absolutely.
I think a lot of people, that's why I think a lot of people are upset by what Trump is doing because they thought, oh, I voted for this guy. I've seen so many TikToks and posts on social, all over different social media platforms with people saying, I voted for this guy
Mm-hmm.
and I've been laid off. I voted for this guy and I was promised this and I was promised that. And like, but he even said it like he even said, "Hey, it's gonna be painful at first. It's gonna hurt at
Mm-hmm.
first."
Mm-hmm.
And I think that look, some of these people have lost their jobs. Layoffs, unfortunately, layoffs are a thing, and
Yep.
we probably haven't seen the last of those layoffs in 2025, right?
No.
And these things happen. So I think that some people really are mad because of that. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that's how they viewed it. And look, again, everybody is entitled to their opinion and how they feel, right? But I don't know. I don't know what else. I know we agree to disagree, but
Yeah, no, I think it's all valid, right? It's all
yeah,
everybody. It's all can be true at the
yeah,
same time, but it look as someone who does not like waste,
yep,
I appreciate efficiency, effectiveness. I'm not mad at these things. I'm not yet. If it happened to me, as it has, I've been a victim of that. You
mm,
got to pick. This is America, right? You got to remember we're living in a capitalist system. You have to
I
pick
understand.
yourself up by your bootstraps and get yourself together. I had a great leader back in the day, a titan of business, who said, "If you're good at your job, you will never be out of work." So now we're living in a place where y things are being retooled. Just because you lose this job doesn't mean you can't find another one. Things are getting pushed with AI, with technology, right? And somebody on LinkedIn disagreed with me about AI reducing the payroll department.
Yeah.
Hey, that's your opinion, but I think that's short-sighted because it maybe we won't live to see it. I highly doubt it. I think we will absolutely live to
Oh,
see AI reduce the payroll department specifically.
there's going to be a metamorphosis that occurs. There's going to be a change
It's
that
going to be a
occurs
change.
in the way that we do things because companies look, if you're thinking from a business standpoint, if I was a business owner and I had the
Thank
opportunity to
exactly.
reduce my expenses, because we know payroll is the largest or one of the largest expenses for a
It's
company. So automatically going to think, hey, I can reduce some of this overhead. I can reduce some of this by trimming this and doing that and pruning this off. And they're going to do that because the business wants to stay open. The business
big
wants to stay in business.
companies go into business to make money, not to pay your salary, not to keep you going. That's why they
Yeah.
say salaries are a drug that keeps you going. You gotta diversify where you get your money. You gotta see, man, you know what? If I couldn't do this, I would do something else.
Yep.
And I know, folks, we want to sit back, do our 9 to 5, come home, jump
Yep.
on the recliner, throw on Netflix, order DoorDash, and chill. Maybe
Be-
not.
Because I think some people feel like prior generations had that.
Yep. That we've been out of that, but we've
Yeah.
been out of that generation, right? Our parents are the ones. Look, there was once upon a time you graduated from high school and a couple could get married at 18, go out and get jobs and buy a house and have a life.
Yep.
That's not it anymore.
Or that one person could
Or one right.
work and
One person could
could
work.
be a stay at home, and the one could stay at home, and then you still
That's
be able to
not
buy a house and raise a family and everything. It's
that's not
different.
it. We've been in a two-income economy for a very long time. These comforts that we think we have are
I need a side hustle for my side hustle.
unique.
You know?
That's exactly right. You're right.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So we got to figure it out, man. Like it's again back to what he's doing, back to the shaking up. It's it does it look crazy? Yeah, it looks crazy. It looks crazy,
Look,
but
I feel for Americans because I wouldn't want to be laid off either.
no, of course not.
You know what I'm
Of
saying?
course not.
Like
Nobody wants that.
think about, so to put it in another way or another way of thinking, right? If your boss promised you a promotion, say everybody's getting promotions, and even if you work in the at will state, because
Mhm.
at will state they can let you go for whatever reason, and as an employee, and then next thing you know, hey, we're actually giving everybody else a promotion. We actually got to let you go. You're gonna feel the same type of way. I feel betrayed. I've been here. I have seniority and everything like that. I've seen that happen to people where they're most senior person on the team. They bring somebody else in because they're at the lower rate to give everybody else on the team a little bump to satisfy that, and they cut that
Mhm.
large salary.
Compression. Hmm.
Yep. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
So look, we'll circle back because we've gotten off topic. We want to talk about it's topic on topic, but we have
It
some notes
is.
that we do want to share. It's specifically how can Trump impact how
How the
can this
Trump administration.
administration
Yep.
can impact our paychecks. And one of the most recent things that came out in the news that had folks, oh yeah, this is great. It's
Yep.
speculation still. It's not legal, it's not law yet, but Trump would love to pass this tax cut bill and this I forget what he called it, but they want to like it's a tax cut. He doesn't want to tax Social Security payments to retire folks. He doesn't want to tax tips to our frontline workers, our eligible folks, and he
Hmm.
wants to cut taxes on OT, on overtime.
Hmm.
Amazing. These
Yep.
things would be amazing.
Makes you want to be hourly again.
It
There you
makes
go.
you want to be hourly again. Yeah, no doubt. An hourly job with tips include
Yep.
shoes. If this was to get passed,
Mhm.
then that would impact a lot of Americans. That would be an amazing thing to Americans, and
It's
I'm here for it.
and look, it sounds good, right? Those things will change how we paid
Mhm.
and how we get paid, right? But what is the downstream or upstream effect on that on our pay because of those changes? It's going to add to the debt,
A
of
million
course.
people getting fired from the government. That's the upstream effect.
Okay.
Where you think that money's coming from, right? This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. The money's got to come from somewhere. Or what was the other thing he proposed? Selling visas worldwide for
Five
folks to
million.
come in, $5 million, you come and work and live in
Get
America
that
or
golden
wherever it
ticket like
is.
Willy Wonka.
Right. Now, and they say, oh, it'll bring in the elite and he wants to help pay down the debt. Yeah, it could bring in
Look,
some elite folks, but I do believe that it could also bring in some criminal kingpins.
absolutely. They're gonna be like, all I gotta do is pay 5 million to get into the country. I'm in.
I'm
I
in,
got
done.
that.
So what are we saying? What are we doing?
That
No.
money is king.
Yeah, cash is king.
Cash is
Cash is
king.
king. He's making so look, I'm all about change. I'm all about disruption. So some of the things that he's saying are like, oh snap, maybe.
Look, we have to see.
What are the things you have to share with us, sir?
And look, I talked about the more realistic impact that people have felt, you
Right.
know, from the different changes that the administration
Already.
have made. Yes. So
Gotcha.
like the mass layoffs,
Yep.
definitely that's the biggest thing out there, right? So they initiated those substantial layoffs within their federal agencies, IRS, TSA, and HUD, and so approximately 6,000 IRS employees were laid off, and with about 10% of that, those people being from Texas.
No.
As we spoke about, those actions were that thing was done to streamline operations, but it resulted in that job loss, right? So they changed the deferred resignation program. So that deferred resignation program was allowing them to resign, or federal workers to resign by February 6th while continuing to receive pay until September. So over 40,000 employees accepted.
Wow.
Yeah. So if you think about that, I would love to quantify that and see how much that's going to cost. It's definitely in the millions, but it's probably going to even save more.
Cost save.
Both.
It costs because I'm missing that part.
So how much it would be, how much pay that is going to equal out, because those people aren't going to be working from February until September, but they continue to get paid.
They're gonna get paid.
So I want to see how much that number is, and then
Oh,
I do
I
want to see
see.
the savings. So maybe cost wasn't the right word, but
No, I think you're right. It is both because it's
yeah,
gonna be cost first
yep,
and then be savings after.
yep. And so look, one of the other things I have here is about DEI and those initiatives being rolled back, and like they suspended a lot of those programs within federal agencies, right? And so they placed a lot of those officers on leave. You know what I'm saying? And so what do you got to say?
No, go ahead, finish because I'll touch on DEI.
And so look, a lot of that happened, and so a lot of companies followed suit and rolled back their DEI budgets and stuff like that. And so 'cause one of the stats that I have here on the side is that there were people that were hired specifically for those kinds of positions. And so when companies rolled those initiatives back, they say, "Oh, since we're rolling back these programs internally, your position is no longer needed." And so those people were like out of a job, like, "Dang, this is something I thought I was excited to do, and now I don't have a job because of that."
Yep.
So what do you guys say?
Because my oldest daughter was like just mad about this part,
Hmm.
but I didn't actively go out and try to combat it at all. But I happened to be listening to one of the episodes of Trevor Noah,
Hmm.
and I believe it was his co-host Christiana that it was either her or a female guest that they had on the particular episode. But she brought up a point that was very interesting. She said DEI programs weren't meant to be in place forever. They're meant to be like a jump start and a stepping stone
Yeah.
into a better place. Think of it as a crutch, right? You're
Hmm.
not supposed to stay on crutches, right?
Hmm.
Crutches help you get stronger, get healed up, get it strong, and then you put crutches down. That, and this is a black woman, by the way, that said this, right? So 2 protected classes. She might have been in
Hmm.
3 because seemed a little older and not a young person, young
Yeah.
enough. You know what I'm saying? Because old for labor wise is over 40, 40 or over. So maybe 2 or 3 protected classes. So, and her opinion was that it wasn't. They're not supposed to stay in place.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be a stepping stone to get just to be more diversified in your labor to help the process along.
Mhm.
Taking it away and suspending and companies still chose to do it. That you don't. All he's saying is you don't have to do this. It's not a mandate. You don't
Yes.
have to adhere to some government agency now that's now built just to go
Mhm.
audit you. I hope he gets rid of the people at BLS. How about that? Because
Yeah.
we got so many doggone BLS reports as payroll and HR professionals
Oh my
that we gotta
god.
go fill out these BLS reports, like BS
Yes.
reports. You know what I mean? How
Yeah.
about that, Trump? Get rid of those folks. You know what I
Trump
mean?
has.
But a lot of and then one of the things that I want to say about what he's doing and all this stuff is think about your household. Okay?
Yep.
Think about your household and the time you have to spend on and the money you have to spend on things in your house. What if technology helped you streamline that?
Yep.
What are you going to do if you have the option now of paying X amount to your whatever service? But wait a minute, we can
Mhm.
offer you a better, more streamlined, efficient, effective service. But guess what? 10 people are going to have to lose their job at the light company so that we can move to
Yep.
this service. And guess what? You'll have a bill 50% less. What are you
Yeah.
going to do? What do you think homeowners are going to do? What do you think people who
Yeah.
rent and pay bills are going to? They are absolutely going to say, yeah, oh, I want the cheaper bill, right? What if we get you eggs quicker and cheaper right now?
Yeah.
But guess what? We're going to have to let some folks go and truck drivers go and these things go. The world is going to change. The technology impact is going to be serious. There's a book out there, folks. Go read it. It's
Mhm.
called, oh my gosh, I can't think of the name right now. I'll get it. It's who pause Nicholas Carr, The Shallows
The
by
Shallows. Okay.
Nicholas Carr.
Mhm.
Shallows by Nicholas Carr. He explains to us, and this is old already. He wrote this book 15 years ago. Okay.
Mhm.
And he explains to us how technology is going to change, how some technologies have already changed people and
Yep.
how it will continue to change and it will impact industries. Think about
Yeah.
automated cars and how that's going to impact, right? And Tesla being at the forefront of it,
Yeah.
right? Truck drivers. Think about trucks driving themselves around the country. You know how
Yeah.
many industries that change? Cars driving themselves. Because guess what? Cars, if they drove themselves, they're not going to get distracted. The AI and it's Waymo is already doing it in California. There are folks right now taking Waymo driverless Ubers already.
Yeah.
And Uber, I use Uber loosely. I don't know if Uber is the brand that Waymo partners with, but
Mhm.
ride sharing.
Yeah.
Waymo does
Ride sharing.
already
Yeah.
ride sharing. Okay. Already.
Yeah.
These things will tremendously impact in the car industries, trucking, hotel industries. Because think about it.
Mhm.
If I could sleep in my car overnight to go somewhere, guess what? I don't have to rush to get there the day before to check in to leverage my hotel. I
Yeah.
could just plan it so that I pull right up at 3 o'clock at the check-in, at the BS check-in times that they have for hotels. Guess what? That changes hotel industry because now I don't need to stay there 2 extra nights going and coming.
Look, all these changes, when changes occur, like no matter if it's the Trump administration or another
Any
administration in the
industry, the
future,
next administration is going to be even not
there's
worse,
there,
but even more dramatic.
think about it. There were layoffs during the Biden administration too.
That's right. Yes,
Thousands of people, thousands of Americans lost their jobs because of the economy, because of this, because of
in
that.
every administration.
You know what I'm saying? So there's always companies are always trying to find a way to lower their overhead, to lower
That's
their
right.
costs. Like, hey, how can we
That's right.
save money here? So if I have to let go of these 100 people to save $1 million or $500,000, a
That's right.
company might do that. And I know, I know it sounds heartless, right? It sounds like heartless, but that's the way that business works currently in America. Will it ever change?
Business ethics is an oxymoron.
Will it change? I don't know, but this is the way that things are currently set up.
No.
And
It's not gonna change. You will have there's companies, it's not gonna change. There's folks who have figured out how to run better and more human and aspect, but at
yeah,
the end of the day, we are not a communist economy. We're not a socialist economy.
Yeah.
The companies get into business to make money.
Yep.
Bottom line, not
And
to
they
keep
and they
you comfortable.
and they wanna stay in business.
That's right.
So, that's why you're gonna continue to see that's why Meta this is the first time that Meta has laid some people off, I don't think. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
they all do it. They all do it. We don't all pay attention, right? We're not
Yep.
all paying attention because it doesn't hit us personally, right? It's like death. Unfortunately, RIP, everybody, God bless the world. But millions of people die every day. Millions of people are born every day.
So,
But
look
it impacts us the most when we lose people close to us, right? That's when
so
we're like, oh my gosh, death.
in the last few years, this is just Meta, right? In the last few years, Meta has had layoffs in 2016, 2017, 2022, 2023, and 2024. And I think they're gonna have some this year as well.
And I bet you that's every tech company because as technology, that's where AI is making the most impact
Mhm,
immediately
mhm.
is tech companies because they're like, oh, wait a minute. Now we don't developers. I just heard an article. I don't read much anymore. I listen to the podcast ones, but now I still read books though. Now all of the news ones are saying that developers are getting cut by the droves because
Oh,
Chat GPT can write code.
yeah, and they're about to have some about 5% more of their workforce is about to be laid off this year too.
Here we go.
3,600 jobs. 3,600 jobs.
We all 10 minutes over ranting, bro. My bad.
No, I know. I think this is a good one. Got a lot of clips, a lot of shorts that we can make out of this, like Ryan said. So
Mm,
let's pull out those nuggets
yep,
and just post those. Like just ramp them up.
yep.
All
Pretty
right,
much.
man. All
Did you
right, man.
anything you covered everything you wanted to cover?
Yeah, man. I think it was a good topic. I love the energy
Okay,
that was there
perfect.
and
Yeah,
everything, bro.
it's a
So
lot.
you got
It's a
anything
lot.
else you want to talk about?
I think we got to circle back to this because I feel like we are gonna cover some stuff on maybe it's about people along the same lines. No, then we Trump and it's about people, or maybe I was thinking about it. I haven't do
Yeah.
that yet. But this, yeah, I think that's plenty for today, folks. We love you.
All right. Peace.
Peace. You may not love me anymore,
Man.
but
Howard Stern effect.
Before we sign off, here are a couple quick things. Don't forget to follow It's About Payroll on LinkedIn and It's About Your Paycheck on Facebook and TikTok.
thank you for being part of our payroll community, and thank you for being a part of this journey with us. Until the next time, keep learning, keep growing, and most importantly, keep going.